Three, two, one.
Sure.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Sure, I'll check while I'm
3, 2, 1.
one hand.
3, 2, 1. Alright, guys! So, yeah, today we are, we're live.
Wait,
we're live today, guys.
Is it on your, hold on, is it on your main channel?
It's on my live channel.
Oh. Fuck.
Alright, guys, I can't really check chat right now because I'm currently doing an app on my phone. So yeah, basically, we are doing a Backrooms project. Now, some of you guys may have seen my previous Backrooms video, and it was titled Where I've Truly Been, and I'm going to actually make this a series. And this is actually a behind the scenes. This is like my first times ever using Blender, like, to its fullest ability for me, if I'm being honest with y'all, because I have absolutely, like, no experiences with, like, animating or, like, putting things into Blender or, like, you know what I'm saying, like, configuring anything, you know what I'm saying? However, I have figured some stuff out. So, I have created this level run for your life Backrooms. I've kind of just created this little hallway. It starts right here. Monsters are going to start out right here. And, by the way, this is Blender 3.6. This is not the newest version of Blender. This is, like, just Blender 3.6, because the reason why I have to put this in Blender 3.6 is I have a special add-on for this version. It can only be for this version. And it is an add-on to where I can connect my iPhone camera to Blender so that I can get realistic camera shakes, right? So all I need to do is just move my iPhone camera around, and it's going to move the Blender camera as well as I do it. So that's basically why I have that. So the monsters are going to show up right here. This is kind of just blocked by a very weird looking door. Yeah, we got a little water stand. We got a little chair. I had to manually put these obstacles in, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, the original model of this, it's not just gonna, you know, put obstacles all over the place, because this wasn't really, like, originally made for the Backrooms. So I had to put this shelf in manually. I had to tip over this trash can manually. I had to put this trash can here. Yeah, so a whole bunch of obstacles. I had to put this hospital bed in here. You know what I'm saying? These doors were automatically, like, opened already. I had to misplace, like, this door. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest, this door looks like complete ass. I'm gonna actually delete that. I don't even know what happened to this chair, if I'm being honest with y'all. I tried to rotate this chair, and, it just did that. So we're just gonna leave that in there, if I'm being honest. Actually, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna put this... Actually, wait, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna show you guys, like, the whole thing. Like, if I click this button that my cursor's hovering over, it would do, like, the whole shading, like, the whole, color correction and everything. But I'm not gonna show you guys that because that would be too much leaks. So, yeah. This is kind of where it's gonna stop. It's gonna be a little short animation, because it's going to stop right here. It's going to stop right in between these two chairs. And if it went on for longer, then yeah, the person that's recording this would not have a good time. Just look at that. I don't really know what I did here, but this is just a good way to stop it. So yeah. I have not animated any entities yet, and I'm only doing the camera movements for right now. I will do the entities by myself, and you guys will not be watching because I've never animated any, like, persons or, like, models before, so yeah. Alright, so basically I'm gonna show you guys something, alright? So I had to do this camera in a very specific way. I don't know why I just did that. I had to do this camera in a very specific way. Now, with this camera plugin that I have, alright, I could not just connect my camera to my phone and then just record myself shaking the camera. I had to do it in a very specific way. You guys see this little, you know, like this axis or plane right here? This is an empty axis. I had to add in this axis and then parent it to the camera so that once the axis moves around, the camera also moves with it. So that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So as you guys can see here, and I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of this. So, the first couple of seconds in this animation, by the way, randomness, are you looking at the chat? Just tell me what people are saying.
Sure, I'll try.
So basically, right, the first couple of seconds in this animation is going to be this person. It's gonna look like they just got out through this door. They're gonna look around, they're gonna realize that they are in the back rooms. They're gonna try to go back, they're running back to the door, they're trying to open it desperately, it's not working. The alarm sounds, they look above, and then they hear entities, they look over there, and then they start running. So,
this guy said name of brain rot that's your favorite.
I wanna kill him.
Huh? This guy, Eurocar said, Sam, you good?
No, I'm not. I'm unemployed.
Let's see here.
Now, here we go. Let's see. So I'm gonna like zoom out of this.
Stan Gaming said he fell off on his live shoot.
Yeah, he fell off. Alright, y'all. So, back to this. I'm gonna go to the camera now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my camera to my iPhone.
Racing said, how long did it take to make this map?
Okay, so this took, I mean, I don't really know. It didn't really take that long, if I'm being honest. I did have to figure out how to constantly copy and paste to like, kind of like make the hallway bigger. You know what I'm saying? And also to add the obstacles, but I'd say like maybe an hour or two to make the whole map. So now I have connected my iPhone to this. So if I am correct, aha! Here, I'm just gonna start shaking my iPhone. And as you can see, it is currently working. Now I can do things like zoom out like this and zoom in manually with this mod. And yeah, so that's basically how we're gonna do this, y'all. I'm going to add sound effects in CapCut, and I'm not gonna be doing that in Blender. So yeah. So basically what I'm going to show you guys is me trying my best to record these camera shakes as well as possible. This may take a couple of attempts, but yeah, we're going to try to do this.
Racing said, I've been doing animation for a while, so camera movements aren't that hard to do.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, and he also said, oh, that's good.
Yeah, so basically, y'all, there's a thing called Shakeify for Blender, to get these kind of realistic camera movements, but those are all like automatic. Like those are all like presets. I don't want to use presets, and plus those take like way too long, and plus you have to like turn the camera around like manually. I don't know how to do that. All right, listen. Okay, this is the best option for me, the virtual camera, alright, because I can choose like how shaky my camera can be from time to time without any issues. I can look around easily, right, and it's just overall a better alternative. So I'm just gonna like look down right here. I'm gonna count down, it's gonna count down, 3, 2, 1, and I am recording. Just gonna try my best to make this as realistic as possible. The person's trying to get the door open. It's not budging. Alarm sounds.
Razy said cat good. What do you mean? Is shaken by like looking or it's already at you?
And now he's running. And now, as you guys can see, I'm moving my camera around to make it kind of realistic.
That's looking realistic.
He's trying to open this door now. It's not working. And there we go. There's where the animation stops. Now that that is done, it automatically imports all of what I just did into the project. So let's see what I just did. The idea is the player knows that they're in the back rooms. Like, they know what lever they're in. That's why they're trying so hard to get out. Like, immediately. Y'all, I'm not sure. Does this look good? I feel like I can be a little bit more realistic with the cameras. Yeah, I'm gonna retry it, y'all. Or, you know what? Should I retry it, y'all? Should I retry it? I don't know. Does that look good? Alright, now I think now would kind of be a good time. Okay, you know what? I don't know. I like this. However, I feel like I can be a little more realistic with the camera shakes. Because, here's the thing, y'all. The thing that animators forget to kind of like get through their minds is what a human would actually do if they were in this situation, right? Because if a human was actually in this situation, they wouldn't worry about stabilizing the camera. What they would really be worrying about is keeping themselves alive, right? So that's kind of why I want to shake the camera more, because in reality, stability is not like what the human would be looking for just for a camera, right? Like who cares about the camera in this situation? They're caring about their lives. Right? Because there's things chasing them and they're gonna fucking kill them. So, in this scenario, yes, we're gonna have to add more shakes. So we're gonna redo
Razy
this.
said make it more realistic while you're running. Move the camera a bit more up and down, like when you're running. I mean, while you're running.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah, I
make
know,
it
like this.
Make it look down as soon as you start running, as the camera starts moving left and right.
Oh, like this? Kinda like that? Yeah. Because y'all ever try to hold a camera and like record yourself running? It's not that stable whenever you do that, right? So that's basically why I'm trying to, you know, get it as realistic as possible here.
Well, you should turn on text to speech.
Huh?
Chat. Like, you should turn on text to speech.
Text to speech, that's like way too long for me now. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and it's currently recording. Okay, that I think that was a bit better, y'all. I think that might have been the one. Let's see, though. Because here's the thing, y'all. This camera mod is very, very sensitive. Alright, maybe it didn't look as bad when I was, like, actually recording it, but the finished result, it could look a little bit too shaky. That's why I want to check first before I actually, like, render this out. Go. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. Because remember, y'all, as I'm doing this, I also added motion blur to this. It doesn't show right now because, you know. Okay, now, here's the thing, right? I planned for the player to kind of look back more. Now, I feel like this is a fail. This right here, this is not enough. This is not enough looking backward. That's the sad part. That is the sad part right there. Because this shot, I really want to get like the monsters in it and how like close they are to the player. Right? So this might have to cause for a redo. I want to make this like as best as possible.
This guy said name the game for an editor.
I don't know.
This guy said that he has 2 questions.
Okay, what is your questions, whoever it is?
And this other guy said name a food for an edit, my bro.
Bruh, seriously. Okay,
oh,
we're gonna do this again, y'all.
This crazy guy said, I think it should be more shaky or good.
Now, here's the thing, y'all. If I make it even more shaky, like, if I make it even more shakier than that, you guys are not gonna be able to see shit, alright? Now, I'm making it as shaky as that because you guys gotta keep in mind the motion blur that is going to be in this project after it's rendered. Right, the motion blur is gonna make it even more shaky. I promise. All right, y'all. I promise the motion blur will really take effect in this, and you guys are not seeing the motion blur right now because we're in the middle of actually like making it. So, yeah.
Crazy said, how about when you look back at the camera like soon? No, sorry, the shake was good enough, but make it look down.
Make it look down? What you mean for real? Like, do I just do this the whole time? Just do this? I don't know. Alright, here, we're gonna try again, y'all. 3, oh shit. The camera already has keyframes. Am I tripping? Hold on. Oh! I didn't even freaking remove it. I am sped. There we go. Oh, okay. What the hell? Why is it not getting rid of it? Okay, there we go. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Trying to open the door. Nope. See, that's the problem right there. It's really hard to like rotate the camera that far away. Like, nah, cause like I need this centered. I need this centered right here so that you can properly see the monsters chasing him. So that causes for a redo. Alright, here we go. That's too early. Okay. You guys also have to keep in mind, like, the voice acting that is going to be in this. I have to time the voice acting right with the animation. Why in the hell is the camera rotated this way? 3, 2, 1. What in the hell? Why does it like rotate that much? That is so weird. Alright. Alright, y'all. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna turn on some music. And my voice mod is broken. That's great. Come on. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. What in the hell was that? Okay. That's too much look back. Alright. Let's redo that one. What the fuck? Okay. Why does the camera look this way every single time? It's really weird. Now I gotta like reposition it again.
Oh, let's see what this guy said. Hero Scar said, dude, I don't know what he's doing. I never developed something in my life.
Okay, trying to open the door. What in the fuck was that? Okay. Dude, I gotta like figure out how to like turn that way. Like, I don't know how to turn that way properly. Damn it. Alright. Sorry, y'all. My dad just came in the room. Let's do this one again. Bro, what the hell, man? Do I not know how to freaking turn? Okay, man. Y'all, sometimes, bro, this camera gets annoying. Dude, so guys, the hardest part about turning that way, like you guys can obviously tell what way I'm talking about. I'm talking about this way right here. Like, why is it pointing up? That is so stupid. Okay, so the hardest part about turning that way is the fact that I'm like in a small room where like I'm also rotating my gaming chair as I'm rotating that way, so it gets extra harder doing that, which is why this is gonna cause for many redos. Go. 2, 1, go. Opening the door. Doesn't work. Okay, I don't think that's that bad. Damn it! Fuck! Okay. Y'all, this is gonna take forever. I hate this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Freezing said that's why he's
Okay, that might have been the best one, y'all. I timed it correctly. Alright, I looked at it, looked way better. I was able to actually turn and try to center it as best as I could. That might have been the best one. Let's see. Okay, yeah. This is definitely the best one. Okay. This is the best one. Now, I think like I might need to adjust the motion blur a little bit on this. I'm gonna maybe put the shutter to 35. Maybe let's do 30, 33. 32. Okay, that is the official camera movement, y'all. We did it. That took many tries. That took very many tries. Now, actually, let's look at this from behind the scenes. So as you guys can see, right, it's finally moving. Now, here's the thing. I made this mistake when I first did this, and I just told y'all about this, right? I had to add in an empty plane. I had to add in a plane axis. Like, I had to add this in, right? And then I had to parent this with the camera once I was done moving the axis around. Now, the reason why I had to do that instead of just moving the actual camera around is when I moved the camera, right, first of all, when I wanted to get like my movements done where the character was gonna walk and everything like that, when I went to do my realistic camera shakes on my plugin, it didn't work because I already had keyframes on the camera. So it turns out I had to add something in and then move that something around, and then once I was done moving that something around, then I would parent the camera so that it moves along with, like, the camera moves along with that object, and then do the realistic camera shakes. Because I don't even know, bro. It just don't work like that. So here's a little behind the scenes. I'll walk through it with y'all. Trying to open the door. Looks around that way, and now they are running. Looks about as realistic as you're gonna get, if I'm being honest. Trips over something. Yeah, that's about as realistic as you're gonna get. Y'all see how the camera is moving along with the plane? There we go. And there it is. There is the official camera effects. Now here's the problem with this. If I said I wasn't gonna leak this, but I'm going to. This is the official thing. This is how it's actually going to look like, okay? It's not gonna look that ugly. However, when I do this, the frame rate goes significantly bad. I'm talking like 24 frames out of 30. That is a problem, because then that slows down the animation. And I have no idea why. Because now, when we look through the camera again, why is it slower? It's going way slower. And as you guys can see, the frames per second is dropping increasingly. Now, just put this into perspective. I set this animation as 30 frames per second. Why is it dropping half of its frames? Can somebody please explain this to me? Because I have no freaking idea why. I'm done with this camera animation, by the way, so I can just get rid of that app and actually look at chat for once. The plane is easier, makes it easier to move the camera, right? Yes. No. I didn't add the camera keyframes first. I added the plane keyframes first, and then I added the camera effects. Actually, this kind of looks better in a way. Camera's not walking that fast. Wait, this might actually be better. And there we go. There is the official camera stuff. Now, what I'm gonna need to do for this part, okay, is I'm going to actually need to do... What in the hell is this angle? What the fuck is this angle? Alright. Where are my favorite entities? Smilers. I haven't animated the entities yet. I will be doing that, okay? I have no idea how to animate. I do not know how to animate, alright? So, that's gonna be a first. I only know how to do camera movements, so I'm just gonna have to learn myself. Or I can just watch a fucking YouTube tutorial. So, yeah. Alrighty, well, that's going to be it for y'all, man. And, yeah, that's basically how I have done my camera movements for this project. So when this project releases, y'all will have the behind the scenes on how I did my camera effects. Because, you know, realistic camera shakes are how you really get that realism into the project. And it's how most of its backrooms, like most of people's backrooms projects, has that realism in it, because it has that human in it. It has that realism of a human holding a camera and shaking it around at the certain situation. So that's how I did it. And yeah, by the way, the plugin is absolutely free. The app is free, the plugin is free. Yeah, so I had to download an app on my phone. It's called Virtue Camera, and I also had to download the add-on on my PC called Virtue Camera. And yeah, there you go. So if you guys want to have this type of shake effect where you can you know, customize your shakes by just holding your camera, like, or holding your iPhone around. This only works for iPhone, no Androids, okay? So if you have an iPhone, you can do it on that. So, yeah. That's it for y'all, man. I'll see y'all in the next one.